You're watching Spirit Spotlight.
Hey everybody, this is Austin Szumowicz with WNEM TV5 Sports, and welcome to the Spirit Spotlight, where we zone in on everything Saginaw Spirit hockey. Joined once again by the one and only Dylan Clark of the Saginaw Spirit, play-by-play commentator. Busy week for the guys right now, especially for two Spirit players today, especially with Nikita Klepov and Igor Barabanov taking part in the OHL Prospects game. I mean, how exciting is that for those guys?
Yeah, it's great. Stepan Shurigan as well, the OHL Top Prospects game in Peterborough. Getting that extra opportunity to showcase their skills. You know, Michael Misa got to go through it last year. You know, a number of guys that were top prospects for the draft going through the first event, the first time they did it last year, and it was great success. You know, it had a ton of NHL scouts came out to that. It got the attention that they were looking for, and I know it gave scouts a unique opportunity to see all the guys in the OHL that they were keeping tabs on all in one spot. So it's the same deal this year for Klepov, for Barabanov, for Stepan Shurigan. Those guys get named to Central Scouting's midterm rankings, and they get that opportunity at the top prospects game as well.
And I mean, we saw guys like Stepan, especially over the weekend in that game against the Spitfires, making huge saves to keep Saginaw in the game when they were trailing 2-0, and then they come back and win it with a huge overtime win goal from Carson Harmer. I mean, like, now the Spirit have won 3 out of their last 5. I mean, just talk to me right now just with the way the guys have been playing, especially in that last game over the weekend.
Yeah, it's they find ways. It's not always the prettiest. I think the Windsor game is probably the best example of that, but they find a way to dig deep at the end of the game, and for one reason or another, they seem to play real well against the Spitfires, especially on home ice. 3-0 here in this building against Windsor this year, and you know, a little bump from the captain. Dima Zilkin plays his first game with the C on home ice. I don't think it's any surprise that he finds the back of the net to tie things up late. And like you said, the Carson Harmer OT winner. So a lot of good feelings here in this building to cap off that weekend on Saturday.
And I mean, the guys that have worn the C for this franchise, guys like Braden Hache, guys like Ethan Hay, Michael Misa, of course, and now, like you said, Dima Zilkin. Just like, talk to me real quickly, like that taking place and him being announced the new captain on Friday. Just like, how big was that for him as a player?
Well, for him, it's huge. You know, everybody. I know it's. I mean, I don't want to speak on his behalf. I'm sure he just said it to you when you filmed with him. But it's a huge honor, you know, to be the one player that's tapped to kind of lead everybody else and be that go-between between the coaching staff and the players and the GM as well. It's a lot of responsibility. But you know, we just did a sit down with our GM Dave Drinkle the other day that we're going to put out here in a little bit, and he said that, you know, he was kind of captain material right from the first time he walked into the Dow Events Center, from the day we signed him here. It was actually before a playoff game against the Sioux Greyhounds a couple years ago. So they kind of knew, you know, guys just kind of give that, they have that atmosphere, that kind of swagger to them, and they can obviously back it up with their play as well. So it's good to see something that was probably a long time coming finally happen for him.
For sure, and we talked with Dima Zilkin, like you mentioned, when he came off the ice from practice today, and got to chat with him about being named team captain for the Saginaw Spirit. Well, I'm joined now by Dima Zilkin of the Saginaw Spirit, who just recently, this past Friday, was named the 27th captain of the Saginaw Spirit. I mean, first of all, Dima, massive congrats to you. I mean, just like, kind of what was that like for you, just being named team captain?
Yeah, it's awesome. So I was super excited, honestly. It's obviously a huge honor, again, you know, this opportunity to lead a team at such a young age, but yeah, it's an exciting time for our team, and I can't see what the future holds.
I mean, there's been so many great team captains in this recent history for the Saginaw Spirit. Guys like Michael Misa, guys like Ethan Hay, Braden Hache. I mean, what does it mean just to be part of a group like that have been team captain for the Spirit over the years?
Yeah, like I said, it's a huge honor. Super special, you know, like having those guys for me last year. Just they gave me so much advice, and just following in their footsteps a little bit. You know, I can take away from their leadership, and yeah, hopefully implement it into mine.
When you get to have the C on your chest, kind of like, what responsibilities do you feel that you have for the squad, just being the captain, having that C on your chest?
Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to be a leader throughout the whole year, and you know, getting that C, it just pushes me even more. Makes me super motivated. Obviously, I'm trying to encourage all the guys. Like a bunch of younger guys coming in this year, they're not used to the OHL so far. So just giving them pointers and, you know, telling them I'm always here for them.
We saw how incredible you guys played last Saturday with you scoring the equalizer and the huge goal from Harmer, be able to win that game in overtime against Windsor. You guys have won 3 out of your last 5 right now just to start 2026. Just how's the team been feeling overall?
Yeah, great. You know, like you said there, that late pushback, it just shows that, you know, like we're never out easy as a team. So I think that's been a part of our game this year, you know, just not giving up and sticking to it. But yeah, I'm just super proud of everyone on this team.
That Saturday game, I mean, we saw Stepan like flying all over the ice, making some huge saves for you guys. How big is it just knowing that, like you said, this team's never out of it, and it feels like a guy like that always keeps you in one?
Yeah, he's huge for us. Like you see those saves in overtime. If not for him, we probably would have been out of the game. So super lucky to have him back there, and it's always nice to have him back there making some huge saves when we need him.
We'll be starting up a 6-game road trip when you guys start to take on Kitchener this weekend. Talk to me right now, just this long road trip, kind of like what this stretch of games kind of means for you guys right now.
Yeah, it's huge. First long road trip for a bunch of the new guys coming in, so just giving them pointers, like I said before. It's obviously different, so just trying to enjoy it as well on the road. It's always fun. So it should be a good few weeks ahead for us. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
We saw how close, like in the standings, the 6, 7, and 8 are separated by 3 points. Like you guys have an opportunity to jump 2 spots with a couple wins over the week. I mean, just how big is it just knowing like kind of where you're at in the standings and like what these games can kind of set up for you guys moving forward?
Yeah, they're huge. We know that. Like we gave a few guys away, but our goal of playing late in the season hasn't changed. So we're motivated, and yeah, we're looking to climb up the rankings.
Lastly, I mean, with these long road trips, what is some of the things that you guys like to do to kind of pass the time on those long bus rides that just like kill the time when you guys are making those long road trips?
Yeah, a lot of chatter for sure. Card games is a big one, but yeah, watching hockey here and there. So yeah.
Thanks so much, Dima. Appreciate your time. Dima's a heck of a player, and that, like you said, they're going to be busy on the bus as they prepare for a 6-game roadstead starting this weekend when they take on the Kitchener Rangers. Talk to me real quick. These long road trips, kind of like what challenges do they bring to these young guys, and just like being able to go barn to barn to barn and try to bake up some wins to rise up the standings?
I think it's kind of similar. I mean, you don't play in this building for a long time. It throws off your routine maybe a little bit more. That might be the best way to describe it. We'll come back after this weekend. We go to Kitchener and then Erie. Those are 2 challenging games in and of themselves, but we'll come back before we go for our longest trip of the year, Kingston, Peterborough, Ottawa. It'll be 8 or 9 hours back at the end of it. They make us go all the way out to Ottawa and back for the last part of that trip. But no, it gives them time together where they're eating every meal together, they're practicing. I mean, they always practice together, but they're doing literally everything together all the time. So I think it's good timing. It comes right after the trade deadline. Get the younger guys in and just have that extra time together. Really become a cohesive unit, and yeah, they're playing some of the best hockey this season right now. So I don't anticipate a change there, and I think it only gets stronger when you get to spend more time together.
And there's such a big, small gap actually in the standings where the Spirit are right now between like the 6, 7, and 8 spots, only separated by 3 points, and 6 and 7 are tied at 40 points. I mean, talk to me real quick just how big a few of these games are for them to rise up in the standings, because it feels like just a couple seeds could switch just with a few good wins on the belt. Yeah,
that's the interesting thing about this league is, we sold some pretty key players at the deadline, but that doesn't mean that the playoffs aren't on the mind either. You're repositioning yourself for the next couple of seasons, but this is still a really competitive hockey team, especially for this year. And we talked with Chris Lasry prior to one of the games the other night. He said a good goal for this team is probably that 6th place spot that you mentioned. So that's what they're going to be gunning for. And again, they're playing their best hockey this season right now. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of it left to be played. I think still 26 or 27 games left on the season. So a lot of things can change, and there will be ups and downs. But the goal is still to get into the playoffs, make a little bit of noise once they get there.
And I asked Dima when we wrapped up our interview, but like with those long road trips, I'll ask you as well. What's the best time killer when you're on those bus for so long?
Get my notes ready for the next game. That takes a long time, and there are many notes and many games to get ready for. So, I made the investment in noise-canceling headphones at the beginning of last year. That has paid for itself a couple times over. So, no, we got the games on. If there's a hockey game going on, we'll try to throw that on the TV, or if the guys bring movies or something like that. But it goes by. Sometimes it goes by faster than others. We got some snacks. The staff has snacks that we throw around.
Yeah, and some card games as well. That'll help always pass the time.
Big fan of the Dots pretzels.
There you go. There you go.
That's number 1 on my list.
We'll close things out real quickly. Like I said, with that Kitchener game, I mean, that's a team that is just stacked. It feels like second in the conference, and I mean, just like a team that's just really, like you mentioned off camera, actually, just kind of going all in this year. It's like, what challenges do they bring when you go up to play them in Kitchener?
Well, it's not an easy place to play. Everybody loves playing there because it is such a historic building, but it's not easy when you get all the Ranger fans on you early in that game. It can be a little bit intimidating. So I'm interested to see how, again, the younger guys on this team who are going to be in that atmosphere for the first time, I'm interested to see how they handle that. Not that they can't, but it might be a little bit of an eye-opening moment, like it is. I mean, it's kind of a rite of passage for a lot of players in this league. So it'll be a challenge. They got a lot of offensive weapons, man. I'm looking forward to seeing that hockey team. And again, these guys, they've shown on a number of occasions this year, they put their best efforts together against the best teams in the Western Conference, and this is going to be one of those cases as well.
For sure. We're going to be excited to see the Spirit take on the Kitchener Rangers, and of course closing out the weekend against the Erie Otters. And of course it's going to be a minute before the Spirit are back here at the Dow Event Center, but to keep in touch with everything Saginaw Spirit, go to saginawspirit.com to catch up on all the news written by this man right here. Dylan, thanks again. I appreciate you always joining us for the show. I'm Austin Szumowicz with TV5 Sports. This has been the Spirit Spotlight. Go Spirit.